G'day viewers, well I got me another restoration project recently. A HMV, or His Master's Voice brand. Model is Little Nipper radio. It's a 1955 table radio. The plastic of this particular model of this era is very brittle, so I've got to be very careful with it. So first thing I'm going to do as usual, we're going to recap it. Replace all those paper wax caps. And this uses a, I forgot what they call it in the circuit, but here's a schematic here. It uses a double stage electrolytics. It's got one common and two positive, so it's got two 16 microfarad capacitors in the one can, and it's got three 15 kilo ohm resistors bunched up in parallel to couple it. So it's pretty cheap that I've done that at the time when I set it up like that. So yeah, and I got a new power cord here ready to go. The plug is in good condition, no cracks, no chips, so it's got a tiny bit along that edge, but that's not going to compromise the structure of the baker light in any way, so that'll come up with a good clean and polish, and that'll go in here. And yeah, these original factory fitted power cords no longer comply with today's modern safety standards, so they have to go. So I guess I'll get this out of get the chassis out and we'll have a look. Another thing, these knobs are very hard to find, so these are the originals. Although I thought these may have been green, but I must be mistaken. So, and that decal is also in one piece. So I'll get this out and we'll show you a look. There's a back. The back cover's missing unfortunately, but I'll have to make one for this. I have to recess something to get that, to clear this pulley on the tuning gang. Otherwise this will scrape on the back of the back cover and it will jam. Another bit of damage it's got is down here. It's got a chip, so that'll have to be glued back on, and it's broken all down there, so I'll have to get some glue remover and clean that. Wash this plastic casing in some soapy warm water, and that'll clean it up nice. I'll also found out it's got the original decal, the paper with a schematic on it and a circuit diagram. So if I can get that off without destroying it, I'll keep that, clean it, and maybe scan some photocopies of it, and might be other collectors out there who have this model that may need this original decal to preserve the originality of this radio. So yeah, if I can get that paper off safely, I'll wash this casing in some warm water and she'll come up nice and sweet. It's a 1955 era, as I said earlier. It uses a 6x4 rectifier, 6M5 as the audio output, 6BA6 which is an IF amp, 6AV6 at the back there which is the audio frequency amp, and this one is the 6BE6 frequency changer, and these are the IFs. Secure to the chassis in the way that they're kind of wobbly, but that's not really any big deal. It's got 56, so 55 is the year they first came out, this model. So this is probably at end of 1955 and 1956 production, but either way, it's mid 50s. So let's get this out and have a look at all the underneath, and I'll start recapping it. As always, I'm going to use a Variac. Okay viewers, this is pretty simple under here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There's one under there on the tone control. 7 paper wax caps altogether to replace. So although that one on the tone control there on the top of the chassis is a 0.05, which I don't have a replacement for, so I'm going to have to test it, and fingers crossed it's still going to test good. I doubt it, but fingers crossed it may still be okay until I can get a replacement for that one. And I've got 2 electrolytics to replace. It's a 25 microfarad Ducon brand, Australian made. That's a 40 volt max, so I've got a replacement for that, and that's the big double stage one I'm talking about, UCC brand. And the power cord, one goes here to a terminal strip. So this is a pretty unique setup I've done here, and the other part of it, I can't find where this other wire goes there, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge to replace this power cord. Oh yeah, that one there is indicated with a red tape, so that's the active, goes straight to the switch here, and the neutral goes out underneath to this. the neutral, or to the neutral part of the switch in the front. So yeah, I'll get this all soldering iron ready to go, so I'm going to replace these caps. Then I'm going to use a variac on low voltage and see if it works, but before I do that I'll check these resistors. They shouldn't be too far out of tolerance, so as long as they're within the 10% range, they're fine. Only if they really cause problems I'll have to change them. So let's get recapping. Okay viewers, I'm currently running out of time now, so that's all I've done so far. And to replace this UCC brand 25 microfarad 40 volt max rated capacitor, I've got two 50 volt rated ones. That's 10 volts higher than the surge rating of that one, so more than enough. I didn't have a 25 microfarad electrolytics, so what I did, got a 22 and a 4.7 together in parallel to add up the values. So that's 26.7 microfarads. So that's within tolerance. So that's done. So yeah, this will be part 1. So I'll split this video into 2. So in part 2 I'll do the rest of the caps. And look at my junk pile. I may have some 0.5s and values like that I don't have in my stock. So if I do and they test fine, I'll use them to replace the ones I don't have. So yeah. So that's looks like so far. And what I've done, I got this I think it's like canvas or something, cable insulator from a filament winding of a mite. I kept this for this reason, to cover up my exposed connections here. We run heat shrink on the negative as well, and that goes up here to a little tag strip for the audio transformer. And in there I just solder. So despite the simplicity of the circuit of this radio, it's an absolute nightmare to work on, because you've got to get solder here and in there and not damage resistors and cook them and push them up out of tolerance. So yeah, it's just pretty easy. I had to take the audio and the preamp, the AF and the audio valves out so I can get the soldering iron in there easier. So that was good. So yeah, that's how it's coming along so far. So thanks for watching.